That concludes our section on ancient Roman housing. Make
No thanks. I'll find work elsewhere.
Hands off, they said. They had plans for you, they said. Why does everyone get to have fun, and I don't?
Who are you?
Someone who wants your fresh blood.
Damien?
That concludes. I want you to meet the Society of the Arts before you walk. We will meet this Friday at 5 o'clock.
So soon? I thought we'd meet after graduation. I have a date with Jody this Friday.
Cancel it. I mean, you're not in love with her, right? You told me yourself that she was just a friend. This is your future. I made sure that the whole society was going to be at this meeting, and not everyone consistently arrives to their functions, as you showed us well this morning.
Okay, fine.
The RA said you've been asking where we were. Are you worried about us? Don't be. We're just having some fun.
So what were you up to?
Nate and I thought you were too busy with graduation. You're working for that hard ass, right?
Yeah, I still work for Professor Mickelson. I admire him. Did you hear about the murder last night?
No. What did you hear?
Let's hope they're caught. Do they have any leads?
Another girl was slashed. Police are wondering if we have a serial killer.
Hey! Watch yourself!
So, how are you holding up?
I'm not sure. I didn't know her, but it all happened so close to us. It could have happened to anyone. No, I won't be scared.
No, you shouldn't be. I think Kyle and Nate will stay on campus.
I don't blame.
I really enjoyed today. What do you think? Would you like to go on another date? Let's get out of here. Like you would know? Both of you have been acting weird, and those two you're hanging out with aren't normal.
Those two are all right. They have more in common with the professor than you think.
I doubt that. See you later. It's my choice. I'll still be their friend.
Very well. Did you see the performance?
Yes, this semester's theme is immortality. That's why the acting troupe chose Dorian Gray. They'll perform Frankenstein next month. I'd rather hunt the bad ones.
It's a shame for such a young woman to die. There's no respect.
What's going on with Brother Luke?
We are all concerned with what's going on around campus.
Are you all...
Just a little weak. I think I did too much today and yesterday. Class has been canceled, so you need not come. I'll be okay. Will I see you at the Society of Arts tomorrow?
I changed my mind. I'd rather find a job through my own efforts.
Hands off, they said. They had plans for you, they said. Why does everyone get to have fun, and I don't?
Who are you?
Someone who wants your fresh blood.
Yeah, I'll be there. Since when are you interested in studying?
Sorry, we heard through the walls. Fight with your stepmom again?
Sounds like a good idea.
You're tired, right? Go on ahead of us. We'll be fine.
Found you. That will keep you quiet.
Drop that student.
What are you going to do? You're not the boss of me.
I've been keeping an eye on you, Skulls. Don't break the code. Use only willing donors. Keep the secret safe.
I haven't done anything wrong, Enforcer. I was thirsty.
You're killing him.
What do you care? It's just an animal.
That kind of attitude is what gets you killed! I enforce the code! That's why I care.
I believe you.
We're not the first vampires you've met.
No, this can't be real.
Did your mind try to rationalize it as a bad dream?
Yes, I'll do it.
Sorry. Steve, as your new father, should have been here, but he's in bed. He made you drink more blood than you should have last night. We're bringing over donors to help him. Donors are people who know about us and support us by giving blood. I'm shocked you said yes so fast. If we'd known that Майкельсон was going to change you so soon, we would have prepared. What am I talking about? You're both impulsive. You'll be a great vampire, and I hope we'll be friends. I know you might hate us right now for forcing you to choose. But once the pain goes away, you'll feel different. It's okay. You're all right. It happens to all of us. Your fangs are descending. When this is over, Steve suggested I should teach you how to blend in a crowd. I think it'll be fun. There's a lot of places you and I can go. I look young, but I have more experience than the others. Steve will be a teacher for the really important things.
Wait, you're not the youngest? You look young. Well, Mrs. Violet has to be the oldest.
Oh, I'm glad she didn't hear you say that. No, Violet transformed in the 1950s. Don't be fooled. Even though she looks the oldest, she's actually our youngest member besides you. She knew us since the 1920s, and we all appreciated her eye to catch fake art. She surpassed even President Belmonte in that gift. He is her progenitor, although it took him decades to convince her to be one of us. I'm the second oldest. Belmonte transformed me. Our human families die or forget us. It's for the best new vampires cut ties. When you don't age, when the younger generations don't believe that you're related, it's painful when family rejects you. We're the president's family now.
Get him away from here!
Bring him downstairs. We'll feed him there.
Bloodlust. Child, you'll get over it once you feed.
My dear, you know he can't hear you.
I want blood now!
Mark, listen. Miss Laura, my donor, could lose her life if you bite her like this. Here, drink this instead. When you drink, only take 10 gulps, no more. Listen to your body. You'll quickly feel satisfied.
I felt her pleasure when you bit her. Why?
As long as we're nearby, a tyro and his progenitor are always emotionally linked. We won't be able to hear each other's thoughts, so don't worry, I won't. My donor felt joy when I bit her. What we sense is their spirit. When we connect with their blood, we're able to feel their emotions.
Is it true that vampires lose their souls?
I thought you didn't care about such things.
Child, we aren't the original vampires. We do not know that answer. All of us here transformed from the blood of another. I don't worry about it. You shouldn't either.
If it is true, then if we die, we'll all go to hell, I suppose.
Open it, Tyro.
What does tyro mean, anyways?
A beginner. It's what we call our apprentices. This is a ring from the Society of the Arts. Read the inside.
Technically, that's the Society's motto. It means to always pretend to be human. Our lives depend on it. This rule has kept the Society safe for hundreds of years.
Thank you.
No thanks are necessary. The enforcer and I spoke while you were transforming. Since you'll be his trainee, you're not yet an enforcer. Steve didn't want you to belong to a house, but after we discussed it, we think it's best for new Tyros to join the vampire family. However, this may give us some problems. Other groups will see Mickelson's choice as favoritism, but don't worry about that too much. That will be our concern. Go ahead. It'd be our honor to wear our crest. Welcome to the Society of the Arts. Play your part well.
You need to learn how to be a proper vampire. I recommend Charlie teaching you, since he has a knack for hunting. But I can teach you as well. Who would you prefer to instruct you? Aren't you going to take notes? Today we're going to discuss vampirism.
Are we really going to talk about that here? Someone outside could hear this.
Why are you worried? You need tutoring, Tyro. The English department has a whole class on werewolves, and our film department has a class on anime. I don't believe our conversation is any more strange.
My professor is a vampire. I'm a vampire! I still can't believe it. Are there any other vampire professors?
While some might act like it with their all-nighters, there's no one else in this university. Even if you're a stubborn tyro, you're still a good student.
I never really thought about that before, Professor. I guess you're my father, too. I mean, progenitor. I haven't seen my real dad in a while.
Is he coming to your graduation?
That's the strange thing. I always thought he would. I wanted him to see me in my cap and gown walk across the stage. Tell me he's proud of me. He can't even do that. He said he'll send me a check.
I know this isn't what you want to hear, but perhaps him not coming is for the best. He'd noticed that you look paler. You don't want too many questions asked. I don't know if it'd make any difference, but I'm proud of you. Not because you choose to become like me. No, I was proud of you before you made that difficult decision. You've been a brilliant and independent man for some time. I've watched how you've tutored my students. You have compassion and curiosity. They're good qualities. I'll tell you what, it's a little sooner than I'd hoped, but how about I show you the reins to hunting?
But I just fed. I feel a little full. Not thirsty.
Not humans. Vampires. We have to be on the lookout always. Even if we're hunters, we are constantly being hunted. As the enforcer, everyone's eyes are on you and they're not always friendly. Vampire politics. Someone could hold a grudge. If you're not staking someone, you could always get staked. There's more out there than just other vampires to worry about.
I know. That's why we have to keep our secrets safe.
Yes, but I'm not talking about the average human. I'm talking about hunters. Hope that you never meet one. They see no difference between vampire and enforcer. We're always the enemy to them. Found him. Ricky! I know you're there. Step out.
Hey there, hombre. What brings you in here, enforcer? I haven't been killing anyone since your last warning.
But the vampires under your tyro have. Are you going to be responsible for your tyro or not? The House of Skulls needs guidance. They're undisciplined children.
Is that a new trainee enforcer? Hey, kid. Do you like that he calls you a rookie? That he bosses you around?
I'll call my tyro anything I damn well please. Don't listen to his poison.
So stiff. Is he always like this? No, I'm not in charge of the House of Skulls. I'm like a gift giver. Damien has my gift, and he shares it how he wants with others. He has what he's always wanted. Power, freedom. I want to see what they'll become. It's one of the few things that makes this life interesting.
I understand your concern with Inui, but now he's wayward. They might have freedom, but they never learned that with liberty comes responsibility. I killed one of the skulls recently because of your negligence.
Which one?
The one who wore the stupid mohawk. He tried to kill my future apprentice. Picked the wrong human.
But he's a vampire.
Now, sooner than I'd hoped, thanks to him.
Shock always did things his own way, so how am I related to this?
Visit your old crew. Give them a warning for me. Next time I see them as the enforcer, there will be no mercy.
Enforcer Mikkelsen is correct. I've spoken with Damien. He doesn't have much respect for humanity. He doesn't like being constrained by rules.
Does he really hate humans? That doesn't sound like the Damien I knew. Sure, he was an outcast, but it made him a perfect vampire. He grew up a loser. He knows what it's like to be on the bottom. It's good for us vamps not to be too proud. Makes us reckless. The code is there for a reason. If we start hating humans, we'll be tempted to break it. I'll remind him, but not gently.
That's all I ask. Let's go.
So, do you want to go to a concert? Grapes and Wrath are playing tonight. They rock!
Heck yeah! Hey, where are we going?
There's someone you should meet.
They came. You should have told me your friend is a vampire. Did you think I wouldn't know? No heartbeat.
Damien, Genshu, this is Mark Delaware.
Come and sit beside me, you two. Nate, I asked you to bring me an extra snack tonight. Instead, you bring another mouth to feed.
So which group changed you? Don't be nervous. We'd find out anyways.
The Society of the Arts found you first. Now you're with them. My name's Damien. We've no leaders here in the House of Skulls, but I speak for what's left of us. Skulls are better. We're free. But joining the Society of the Arts, you couldn't have joined a more stiff organization. Every vampire in the Rockies knows about the Society. They rarely speak to other vampires. Except for the culture of love. Those hippie vampires get along with everybody. It's been a while and I'm very thirsty. Mind if I take a bite? Take some.
Yes, I'll be polite. But I'll drink from his brother.
You're still pretty new. I'm surprised you came here. No one in the society does.
Bunch of stuck-up snobs probably don't like free blood. Probably don't want to drink from the peasants and all that.
Don't look so shocked. Our guests come and go as they like, sweetie. It's their choice if they want to party with us. But back to you being a vamp. We are what we are, whether we were given a choice or not. So, did the society give you a choice? I wasn't.
I didn't have much time to decide. A vampire attacked me, and I was dying.
An attack, huh? Like I said, hanging out with us is better. You should. We're short members in the House of Skulls and could use someone new.
I'm happy with the society.
Think about joining us. All the best bands play here. Music is good.
Not even Charlie visits?
That jazz guy? Nope. Is he your progenitor?
Him? No. Professor Mickelson is.
The enforcer of the damn code! Listen to me. The professor is dangerous. The killer of vampire kind. He doesn't just enforce the code, he breaks it. No vampire drinks from another, but I heard he does. He drained another like us before. Sucked him dry. Leave him before he decides to make a meal out of you.
I'm not sure.
It's not a rumor the culture of love made up after a few puffs of reefer. It's true. You'd better stay away from him. He's dangerous. Forced to link and kill his creator. He crosses lines none of us does.
He's right. Damien and I are close, but we'd never drink each other's blood. It might sound kinky, but it connects you to another. Too much of it and you don't know the difference between what you're doing and what he's doing.
What kind of vamp would drink from another? You tell me. Let's go. The headliner's about to start.
What about the girls?
The night will wear off by morning.
If they aren't out of here by tomorrow morning, dump them by the bus stop, Kyle. They'll find their way home.
Damien, I see you have our Tyro.
He's free to leave. We all are in the skulls. If he wants to stay, he's welcome to.
You'd better go home, Tyro. Your progenitor is looking for you.
Yeah, I understand. Don't want to make your enforcer angry. Remember what I said, Mark.
I'm taking the twins back with me.
Uh-oh. Looks like you're in trouble.
I guess we'll see you around.
How could you? How could you be so stupid? I thought I chose a smart tyro, not a fool.
I left you a message on your phone.
And then you never answered your phone. That's really being a genius. You never checked in with me. Not even once to say you were okay. You're a brand new vampire. It's not safe for anyone to be traveling with you, especially humans. Your RA opened your room for me when I couldn't contact you. What did he find? Your cell phone. I thought that you'd regretted your choice and went wandering God knows where.
I was okay. I was with the twins and...
Vampires. What's this? Human blood. Please tell me you didn't hunt with other vampires.
Hunt? You mean chase down humans?
Whose blood do I smell?
It might be from Kyle or Nate. Damien drank from them hard.
Belmonte told me where he found you, at that damn House of Skulls. Don't ever do that again. Do you understand?
I mean, they're a little different, but I don't think...
No, you didn't think. He's only a week old, and my tyro met the House of Skulls. Why them? Why not meet the Grim Reaper? Do you know what those vampires could have done to you? They could have drained you dry, killed you for fun.
Just like you drank from another vampire? Were you just thinking of killing me now?
That's totally different. Sometimes, as enforcer, there are things I hate to do each and every damn time.
You didn't answer my question. What about your progenitor?
As far as my progenitor goes, that's another story. I did drink from my creator. I did what my father asked me to do. I obeyed him, like you're supposed to obey me. If I ever hear that you joined the Skulls on a hunt, yes, I will kill you without a second thought. Are you surprised? The Skulls are known to break the code and hunt humans. Have you forgotten? I ended the one who tried to murder you. He was Damien's friend. Damien's a devious leader and will try to use you to get revenge on me. Never forget it. It was a mistake to let you out of my sight before you were at least a year old. Starting from today, you'll be barred from the society.
No!
You'll be banned from the society meetings until they meet again at Mrs. Violet's house. That'll be 4 months. Until then, you'll train each weekend with me. You're not to leave the city. What's the problem? You're a vampire. 4 months should be nothing to you. You've got eternity. Just focus on graduating.
No, Mark! I'm mad at you. Stop that.
Why? What's wrong?
You've been ignoring me. My phone calls. Everything about our relationship is wrong. It's like after our first date, you've completely changed. I'm worried about your health. You've become so pale. I've been so worried about you, but you haven't cared about me. The only time you do is when I make the effort to see you. Is there something you want to tell me? I see. I believe that 2 people in a relationship should be honest with each other. Are you seeing someone else? Then what is it?
You and I can never be together. We can never last. Our places are too different. You have a whole future out there. You and I both knew we could only be a short-term thing. You're gonna graduate, I'm gonna graduate. We'll both be going our own ways pretty soon.
Why didn't you tell me sooner you were thinking about this? I know. I get it. But can't we just stay with each other a little longer? Just until graduation? I see. No, I understand. I'm sorry, Mark. Goodbye.
Damien was a little angry today. He takes it out when he drinks.
Yeah, on us.
Why was he so upset?
You. He ran into Professor Mickelson. Your professor told Damien off and that we're supposed to leave you alone. As if we'd listen to him. You need to break his rules. The Skulls will hang out with whoever they want. Why don't you come and join them? Then we could always stay friends.
Do you think the Society of the Arts will let you keep hanging with us?
Why don't you just stop hanging out with Damien?
We're loyal donors. Someday they promised to make us into one of them. We're going to be vampires too.
You really think he'll make you into a vampire?
Why wouldn't he?
You're donor, that's why. I don't think that they can keep biting random club girls. Somebody will find out. You are his steady blood supply.
But for how long? How long do you think you can handle being bit, being food? What will they do the day you say no?
So now you're a vampire, you think you're better than us. That you know more than us.
Just don't. Some of us aren't as lucky as you.
Lucky? I'm this way because I was attacked. I didn't have much time to make my choice. But I don't regret becoming a vampire. Life as a vampire isn't perfect. There's sacrifices.
Like what?
Jody and I broke up.
Boo-hoo. I thought you were going to say something big.
I thought you were into her. Did Professor Mickelson make you two break up? Like, he's separating you from your friends?
I can't be with her unless she's a donor. The code says that only human donors may know what we are. And before you even suggest it, I won't bring her into this world. You may not understand it, but it's for the best.
No, I think I get it. You like her a lot.
This path, this life, in the end, I chose this. Officially, I'll be introduced to all the vampires in Colorado this week. I'm sticking with the society. I don't really trust Damien yet.
Whatever.
Hi, brother.
Bonjour. How are you?
I'm graduating soon. I can't wait to walk across the stage, get my diploma, and, get out of here.
Congratulations, then. You're an outstanding student. I know your future will be bright. Mark, what have you done?
What do you mean? I'm still me. Let's leave it at that.
Remember that God is always there for you. Trust in Him. Your soul is worth so much more.
Don't worry. I've nothing but a long life ahead.
This is Anne and Andrew Brickford. This is Mark. He is Mickelson's tyro.
Looks like everyone's here. Let's begin. President Belmonte.
No need to do that. We aren't part of his direct family.
What he means is that Steve isn't my tyro. Whenever my family gathers, this is a tradition we do. These are my closest allies. We have others in the society, and they live all over the country, but these are the ones I trust my life and my blood with. You'll meet vampires from all over Colorado this week. Some from other groups.
Wait, I'm confused. Professor, aren't we related to the Society of the Arts?
No, not by blood. My progenitor was a knight once. Until recently, he was the oldest vampire in the United States. It was he who insisted that the enforcer position be reinstated in the New World.
But you've never asked me to kiss your ring before.
Why? Do you want to kiss it?
No! Of course not. It'd be weird.
Yes, it'd be awkward for me, too. Every vampire community has their own traditions. My progenitor always asked me to kneel whenever I greeted him. Don't worry, I won't ask the same. You were my partner as a teaching assistant. You'll be my partner again, this time as a trainee enforcer.
The enforcer is the only position among vampires that is superior to a vampire organization's leader. The only thing that may overrule an enforcer is the majority of the conclave of house leaders. And majority decisions almost never happen with them. Mickelson and his progenitor stayed near us mostly so they wouldn't be alone. Even enforcers know their safety in numbers.
How many enforcers are there?
Worldwide, not enough. Maybe 1 per 12 vampire houses. You can never increase the number of enforcers and are only allowed 1 apprentice. If both his apprentice and an enforcer dies, and the conclave of house leaders selects a new enforcer. There were no enforcers in North America when I arrived with my progenitor. Let's say it took some convincing that we were needed. Only 2 more have been appointed since us.
It has a remarkable resemblance, doesn't it?
It's exactly like you. It's amazing. For a moment, I thought it was a photograph.
Belmonte will be pleased to hear that.
The president painted it?
He traded his older paintings with me a few times. Some of his buyers recognized that all his artwork was done by the same artist. But I was the only one who recognized that some of the paintings were recent. That impressed him. Eventually, he told me his secret.
So then you two fell in love, and then he turned you into his tyro.
Oh, no. I married another man. These things happen, Mark. I moved on because the company I was working for transferred me to New York. There I met my husband. Sure, Belmonte was disappointed. However, we kept our friendship by writing from time to time. My love was a humble man, a good man. Eventually, he passed away. Belmonte visited me to see how I was doing. I was living my life, but not really living. The president pitied me and begged me to join the society as an official vampiress.
And what about today? Are you two together?
We are not dating. We just are really great friends.
Is there fresh blood? I'm really thirsty.
Certainly. Help yourself. My donors wouldn't stay for our company, but they left some of their blood in the fridge. You'll find it in the water bottles. There's also livestock out back if you'd rather drink bull's blood.
Let me help you bring some bottles out for the others.
Sure. Is everything ready for tomorrow?
Of course. We have enough drinks to supply a hospital. They'll be defrosted by morning.
Great. I can't wait to play. The Society of the Arts needs to show off its musical genius. It'll be a reunion the Americans won't forget anytime soon. It's about time we introduce a new vampire.
We'll stun every vampire organization, commune, and family. They'll be talking about this gathering for years to come.
How you going to tell your human family about your new status?
I'm not going to tell them. My father and I haven't gotten along since my mother died. He remarried, but I won't tell them I'm a vampire. He has a new life with her. I've my own life.
C'est vrai. We can't choose who we're naturally related to. I have to go. My friends are waiting. You'll love them. They're amazing musicians.
Can't wait to hear them.
It's time. What's wrong, Tyro?
I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm nervous. I mean, how many vampires are downstairs? I'm going to be introduced to everybody at the same time. People have nightmares about this stuff.
There will be many vampires. Not all of them. Don't let that spoil your mood. Your introduction happens only once in eternity. Be careful with what you say to others. Some of those below balk at the existence of enforcers and would use any information to assassinate us both. Mark, once I get to the end of the staircase, you may descend.
Presenting Enforcer Steve Mickelson, the only blood inheritor of the late Sir Andre Garnier, and his tyro, Mark Delaware.
Oh, he's handsome.
So young to be changed.
You weren't much older.
True.
I think it's good that we have some fresh blood in our community.
A new one, is he? Like we need another damn enforcer.
Do you think he's a killer, like his progenitor?
Probably is.
Curse the Society of the Arts. Those picky bastards must have found someone very talented.
Perhaps I start buying more of their artwork soon.
But he's with the Enforcer.
Then he could be more dangerous than he seems. An enforcer's apprentice is no one to trifle with.
What does that mean?
I hear that you are an excellent scholar like your progenitor.
You are a linguist, then? Very helpful for investigations, I'm sure.
How knowledgeable are you about art history?
So, do you prefer weapons or hand-to-hand combat?
Those who want to drink blood hot probably aren't used to drinking blood that's aged. The heat makes it seem more familiar, and the wide brandy glasses allow the vampires to enjoy the blood's scent. The chilled blood is served in narrow glasses to limit the smell, because some vampires dislike drinking blood that is not from their usual donor. Once you find a donor you like to drink from, it's hard to enjoy drinking another's blood. It's like finding your favorite dessert. Some of us are picky like that.
I think you're picky like that with Laura. Are you?
Noticed her, did you? I respect her. Anyways, what did I tell you about minding your words here, Tyro? Don't say anything that could be used against us. Everything here from a pin drop to a mouse squeak can be heard by everyone.
I do not have rodents infesting my home.
Of course. Tyro, to your question about blood, the only thing I'm picky about is that I prefer my donors young, no older than 50. But when you're thirsty, blood is blood.
Thank you, Belmonte. Not just for letting me learn about being a tyro with the society and this introduction party. I know that you kept an eye out for me when I was at the House of Skulls place.
That's no problem. You're Mickelson's tyro. I would have hated to see you get in trouble. Tonight, I enjoy having this company. Charlie tells me it's healthy to have company occasionally. He loves dragging me away from my paintings.
Professor, was your introduction like this?
I'd never been introduced to any vampire society until both Sir Garnier and I came to the States. We were both introduced to the Americans at the same time. I think the old knight found it hard to adjust to America. That year, everyone gathered at a house in Washington State. I must admit, I met some interesting women during that trip. It was fun.
Women? Now you have to tell me.
True gentlemen don't speak about such things. Now, that reunion was impressive. Actually, that meeting wasn't a gala like this, more like a vampire retreat. You're lucky this year was Belmont's turn to host. My year it was someone else's time, so I was introduced at their campgrounds. Everyone gets introduced at the annual reunion when they first become a vampire. It's our North American way of saying that we are all connected. It's a good way to know who's who. Besides, you need to do this before we hibernate. Let them get to know who you are. You remember when you first joined. The society hibernates once a century so we don't stand out. But don't worry. We still won't do that for a while yet.
So, Anaya, how is business?
We can't complain. I'm enjoying this whole organic movement. My family has decided to turn part of our lands into an orchard. The blossoms in spring are beautiful. You must visit sometime and relax your mind.
Relax? When do I ever get the chance? Half of my time is keeping up with our books, but I can't complain. I love what I do.
Maybe you'll reconsider once your new recruit finishes his first hibernation.
That does sound nice.
Just give him another century and he'll be a pro. And just look at Mrs. Brickford. She's a perfect dancer. If she wasn't married, I'd ask for her hand a long time ago.
Quite atrocious. Not only do they appear unacceptably late, but their attire is so...
somber.
In bad taste.
Ridiculous. Looks like a tacky Halloween movie wardrobe.
They should look around themselves. They are undressed. It's so disrespectful.
Ma'am, do you have something to say to me?
Where's your progenitor? I miss Ricky's company. It has been almost a decade since I've seen him at any annual gathering. None of us skip this many events. Is he shunning us? It isn't like him to miss out on free blood. When I last saw him, we planned to go collect classic car parts, to rebuild a muscle car together, but I haven't heard from him in years. Did you kill him?
I haven't seen him alive recently. Who knows where he's at?
That's a very odd way of putting it.
But I'm sure the Enforcer knows where he is.
You're very fortunate to have become one of us, Damien. Ricky gave you a gift with your transformation. I hope you never forget that. Hopefully we'll see him next year.
Maybe that can be arranged.
That man has been dancing around the code. Did you hear before he knew of other vampires? He was changing humans left and right.
How could his progenitor abandon him? And why did none of us find him sooner?
I heard Mitchelson has already given him a final warning.
Do you think he's linked to the St. George's campus murders?
Murders? I didn't hear about that.
Well, apparently, the Skulls had a member randomly attacking students.
My word! What happened to him?
What do you expect? He was staked dead by Mitchelson.
At least the enforcer is doing his job.
It's always so sad when we lose a vampire, even if it's not one of mine. Our kind is small enough as it is.
Brutal. But justice is justice.
Not always. Mickelson's progenitor used to hang them by the ankles before torturing them to death. Slowly. You remember the old knight? Medieval justice. And you know he turned insane.
Forced his own tyro to kill him.
That's not what I heard. Mickelson drank his blood, then took his place.
Shh, he's listening.
That's not all who's listening.
Do you think the boy knows?
If he didn't before, he does now with your big mouth.
Let's walk to a more quiet corner. Too much shit-talking here. That's why so many flies are buzzing around.
I do have an obligation to welcome all of our guests.
Are you not drinking?
I drank earlier. What about you?
We brought our own. Extra fresh. Do you want a drink?
Whose is it?
Twins. Oh, don't give me that look. They're fine.
Sure, I'll drink.
Playing the role of the perfect host already? You're wasted on the society. They're too uptight for you. I don't know why you're still sticking with them.
Because the society has the most influence.
If it's power you want, we got that right here. You'll see. All these stuck-up asses will see that too.
Well, I'm gonna change the topic. I want a place like this. This mansion is incredible. I don't care. I can appreciate finer things. We're always trapped in that basement. Damien and I weren't so blessed to have a formal introduction. Our progenitor changed us and abandoned us. He rarely visits. He's a traveler at heart. Ricky probably won't come back for a while. Damien threatened him last time.
I'll lock him up if he comes by again. He abandoned us. He has no right to claim power. Damn it, he wasn't like that when we met him. He was a cool guy.
After he left us without direction, we did everything we could to make sure we'd survive. Mark's loved here. The society reaches out and welcomes him. I can't blame him if he chooses not to join us. We're not exactly a normal group, are we?
Yeah, but he's still under their thumb. A cage is a cage, no matter how fancy it is.
What do you think you're doing? Don't hesitate. Block! You'd be dead by now.
You win.
Not bad, but not good either. You're improving. We need to work on your counters. Again! What? Do I have to hit you again? A vampire won't give you a second chance, especially if he's deranged from bloodlust. I think you've forgotten your judo. Block me! I think that's enough for today. Let's go. We have to visit the culture of love.
Everyone calls them hippie vampires. Has it been a while since you've seen them?
Yes, and they seem to have some trouble. Peace to your house, Anaya.
And peace to you, Enforcer. Thank you for seeing us. Is it all right for him to be here?
Don't worry. Anything you say to me can be said in front of my tyro. He'll keep our conversation confidential.
Very well, Enforcer. This is Cloud.
Your progenitor shared that you were having difficulty.
I don't want to die.
Now. I'm here to help you before it's too late. If we work together, then you'll never have to meet me for what I'm usually called for.
It's too late for me. I can't control it. The bloodlust gets too strong, brother.
Then this is the place to be. You'll start over here.
Cloud, this is your only chance. You need to detox and get away from drinking from drug addicts.
I did!
Switching over to marijuana users isn't what I meant. Marijuana makes you too relaxed. You lose your judgment. Full control is the one thing we need when we feed.
Have you seen the potheads with food? That's why it's called the munchies. No wonder why you get so thirsty.
But their blood tastes better that way.
It's a false impression caused by impairment. It's better to not be high than to get high and accidentally kill someone because you can't stop feeding. Tyro, this is our responsibility as well. When a vampire community needs extra support, we go. Never forget this obligation.
So, how's business?
Private jet rides to places unusual, bartering for priceless art, meeting beautiful women. All in all, not bad, my friend.
Have you spoken with Steve?
The professor's busy as usual. He got the opportunity to dig up some ancient Roman ruins in France. It was all he could talk about before he left. Now that he's there, I barely hear from him. You know how he is. Once he's in a dig, he'll be lost within his own work.
That sounds like him. At least he's happy.
What about you?
I'm doing fine. Been playing at a lot of gigs. I stopped partying at the fraternities. Someone will notice I haven't changed. Some of those former frat boys are buying homes in the area. I think it'll be time for the society to rest for a bit. Step back from the world. We do this every other decade or so. It's a family tradition.
Sorry, Charlie. I'll catch you at your next gig.
Good luck, Mark.
Sorry, kid. The youngest men I date are 25. You surprise me. You're more mature than your age.
I hear that all of the time.
I don't know. You weren't what I expected. I wouldn't mind if we met again.
I see you've certainly made a mess of yourself. There are 3 bodies dragged here. You tore into these poor people like an animal. How could you do this? How could you let yourself fall into bloodlust? We warned you about it. You experienced it your first day.
I'm sorry! I didn't know. I didn't think it suddenly hit me.
But you've been thirsty. You've denied your thirst. You could have told me you needed blood. I would have helped you. Did you hate being a vampire so much?
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do.
I suspect now vampire hunters will pay our town a visit. They'll hunt without mercy. The whole Colorado vampire community must immediately go into hiding.
I'll hide. I'll do whatever I need to. I'm so sorry.
What you need to do is pay back your debt to vampire kind. You owe them that much for breaking the code this bad. I want to save you, but I cannot show favoritism. It's not right for the enforcer to do.
Wait, what did you mean?
Such a loss of potential. I'm the one who's sorry, Tyro. I should have never brought you into this life. Please, forgive me.
You surprise me. You're more mature than your age.
I hear that all of the time.
I don't know. You weren't what I expected. I wouldn't mind if we met again. I guess we'll have to wait a bit here. What are you doing?
I know you're there! Give it up!
Get away from me! Somebody help!
Calm down, kid!
No! Let me go! I saw what you did to that girl! Are you going to kill me?
Why do you think I'll kill you?
Because you're a vampire.